guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new second generation 2023 Kia Niro EV.
And a big thanks to David at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and as for David.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Niro has been Kia's green-focused compact crossover SUV since 2017. That's when the first generation was released, available in either a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or full EV power plant, front-wheel drive. The second generation Kia Niro that you see here was released in 2023. Similar powertrains, however, available in either a 1.6-liter plug-in hybrid, cranking out 180 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the Niro to 60 in 9.5 seconds, or the full EV that you see here, cranking out 201 horsepower, but somehow down on torque at 188. Still enough to get the Niro to 60 in 7.5 seconds. Car and Driver actually tested it at 6.7. The 2023 all-new second generation Niro has a new front end, side profile, and rear end. We get an updated interior, which is similar to the new EV6, 253 miles of range, and it'll only take 45 minutes to charge from 10 to 80% with a DC fast charger. The 2023 Niro is available in two different trim levels, starting with the Wind, a tick under $40,000. We get a DC fast charging port in the grille, forward collision alert with cyclist junction, blind spot warning with rear cross traffic alert 2, lane following assist, smart cruise control with stop and go, rear parking sensors, highway driving assist, dual 10.5-inch screens, wireless charger, heated front seat, power driver's seat 2, dual zone automatic climate control, and we get rear vents, LED taillights, and daytime running strip standard on a Kia Niro EV Wind. You can upgrade to the Wave, about $5,000 more at $44,450. We get everything from the Wind, plus a power sunroof, onboard generator, LED headlights and fog lights, power folding mirrors, remote park assist, which I'll demonstrate in this review, a heads-up display, Harman Kardon sound system, digital key 2. We get ventilated memory and power full Syntex seats, a heated steering wheel, and more advanced safety features with a base price under $45,000. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your full updated Niro styling. Not a lot of airflow going on up front for the EV, but decent airflow down below around the panel that houses your advanced safety features, good to cool off your internals. LED fog lights too, that comes equipped on the Wave, not included on the Wind. Same with the parking sensors, LED daytime running strips. Hopefully you can pick them up on camera, and full LED projectors for the headlights. The front end kind of reminds me a little bit of a Kia Soul. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. This is just a compact crossover SUV, where the Soul is a subcompact crossover SUV, but this is a really clean look. This metallic white paint is absolutely gorgeous in this Florida sun. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Updated Kia badge up front, the charge port for the DC fast charging. Again, 10 to 80%. You can charge this thing up in 45 minutes. That's pretty convenient. The wheel and tire setup, we can check it out. These are 17-inch rims wrapped in Kumho Solus all-season tires. Dimensions are 215 55 R17s. I like the rims with the black and silver contrast 5-piece slug pattern. Updated Kia badge in the center. The cladding area is all this silver metallic. I kind of think it looks a little bit funky, but it'll grow on you long term. I wish they had like a black contrast instead of the silver, but still looks pretty clean. Black roof rails, solid tints out rear, smart access for the driver and a front passenger, LED turn signals on these power folding mirrors, two-tone contrast with this beautiful white metallic and black, gloss black paint. The glass fills up the entire frame, blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get black trim for the bottom and side portion of this window trim, blacked out B-pillar, half blacked out C-pillar with more of that grayish, silverish trim. A little bit of shiny chrome up top. We get a sunroof for the Wind or the Wave trim. The Wind does not get the power sunroof, but the Wave does. We'll take a quick look at this window sticker. I don't think you're going to be able to see much because of the way the sun is shining, but if you can, take a pause and see all the standard features that you would get from the Wind and all the upgraded features that you get from the Wave. Options wise, this snow white pearl metallic paint is an additional $400, $200 for the gray C-pillar trim, $155 for the carpeted floor mats. Destination charge is $1,300, totaling us out at $46,490. So pretty decent value for what we get. 113 mpge, 126 in the city, 101 on the highway, 30 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, 253 miles of range, and 7.5 hours to charge with a 240 watt or volt Charger. No smart access out rear, wouldn't really be expected. Same rear wheel and tire setup. We get side sensing for the rear and the front. Appreciated features, full LED for the taillights. That's available on all Kia Niro EVs. Niro badge in the corner. Shout out Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. Full rear parking sensing, updated Kia badge. I wish the wiper was integrated better with the spoiler. It is not. I know some Kia vehicles and a ton of Hyundai vehicles do that, like the new Tucson. We don't get that here for the Niro. Reverse lights are down below, full LED. We can take a squat back here, take a quick look at the suspension. Hopefully you guys can pick it up. We're not going to fire anything up, of course. This is a full EV, but we'll pop this little frunk, see what's going on underneath. All right, guys, not a whole lot of storage down here. We do get hydraulic struts, which are appreciated, aluminum stick connecting your strut towers. We have our battery and fluids here. Secret storage, well, not secret storage, frunk storage is pretty limited. You could probably fit a purse back here. I don't think you'll fit a whole lot more than a purse. You won't fit a suitcase, obviously. No carry-ons, no backpacks, but a small purse should fit, no problem. You can shut this thing right up. You'll fit some car accessories there too. For the internals, like some extra washer fluid, that should be able to fit. The interior for the 2023 Niro EV, let's check it out. So up top, we get some soft touch material. The windows are dual pane, as you'll see right now. The middle portion is also soft touch, gushy soft for the armrest. That's appreciated. Both front windows are auto one touch. Power windows out rear, four-way adjustable mirrors, and they are power folding. As you guys see, they just folded away. I didn't mean to press that button, but glad I got to demonstrate. Two-person memory seats, Harman Kardon sound system, 2 speakers on the door panel, solid storage beneath. You won't be able to fit a footlong, but you'll fit a couple of large candy bars and a 16-ounce water bottle to wash it down, but it is sideways. Make sure the lid is tightly closed. A little bit of aluminum for the door sill. The seats, they may look like they have cloth inserts, but they do not. It's just two-tone contrasted Syntex, perforated for the center, heated and ventilated. The ventilated function also works really well. I actually had to turn it down when I was using it. The bolstering is also very solid. The headrest has like a funky outward shape to it, but that allows you to actually be able to use the headrest without having to lean back. Lumbar control, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Both front seats are power, heated, and ventilated memory seats for the driver too. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So first thing we notice, the steering wheel, very similar to the new EV6, super thick. 10 and 2 bolstering notches, also super thick. 9 and 3 feels great in your hands. Open spoke for the bottom portion. You can use the armrest, have your arm on your lap if you're reckless, or use the other armrest with your other arm. The Kia area is not rubberized, it's hard plastic. Updated Kia badge. You can check out the horn. Pretty aggressive sounding horn. People will definitely be getting out of your way. The paddle shifters control your regenerative braking. On the steering wheel, we have our cruise control settings, lane keep assist, and active steering. This button controls the speed, and these two buttons control your infotainment screen. Speaking of that, right now we're looking at drive info, trip timer and average, after recharging, accumulated info, idle mode, digital speedo, and our drive info right back to where we started. We get a digital, not digital, we have a compass, which functions as a turn-by-turn when the GPS is hooked up. We do get GPS in this car too. Tire pressure, you have to be driving to see the display, advanced safety features, and right back to where we started. My personal favorite to look at all times will probably be this idle mode. Sounds pretty funky to me. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, and we get fog lights. They're not automatic, but you can turn them on and off. We get rain sensing wipers too. That's an appreciated feature for a vehicle in this price point. To the left of the steering wheel, interior brightness, power opening tailgate, and we can turn off our traction control. Beneath that, we have a fuse box. This button, or not button, the latch opens up your front. You get a good look at your aluminum outline pedals. That's a premium touch too. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and our drive mode select. The drive modes include eco, normal, and sport, and all 3 modes change up the gauge display pretty drastically. We'll start off in normal, transition into sport. We'll probably try out eco too and just see what the differences are, but hopefully you can get a good idea about this digital gauge display. The touchscreen, also 10.25 inches. We're looking at our map with compass right next, so we can see the latitude, longitude, and elevation. You can close out of this screen by pressing this button. The response is good for the map. Not the best response. You can go side to side pretty responsibly, but zooming in and out, not quite the best in the segment. But the touchscreen itself, you can go home. As you see, it responds basically like an iPhone. Outside of the map, we have our EV modes. Once we get to it, there we go, EV. Okay, so we can see our EV charging station, the closest one near us. Battery life, you can see how much battery life we have if we keep the AC on, or if we turn it off, we'll get an additional mile, so not a very drastic difference. We can return to the home screen, see everything else that is available on the 2023 Niro. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would be the map. Beneath that, We have our hazards, 2 air vents that have an aluminum inlay in them, some gloss black for the center portion around the touchscreen, but the touchscreen itself, that's gonna be what you're gonna be touching most of the time, so you shouldn't get too many fingerprints outside of it. The dashboard is soft touch with this funky recycled material. The headliner is also fully recycled material. That's new for 2023 as well. Beneath that, very EV6-esque, we have our climate control that also functions as our media controls depending on what buttons you press. Now we have shortcuts for the map, nav, skip your songs, radio, media, and setup. Now these control the volume, and these control the tuning and skip controls, defrosters, recirculation, all that. But you press this vent button, now this controls the climate. You can change the temperature, the vent controls in the center. We have auto climate control, of course, too, dual zone auto climate with rear vents, heated and ventilated seats, as we mentioned, USB-C, USB port, and a 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. Ton of storage beneath, wireless charging pad, start-stop for the EV, gear selector for the single-speed EV transmission, reverse, neutral, drive in the park in the center. We can check out the backup camera real quick, foot on the brake, reverse, and we have front and rear parking sensing, rear view camera, guidance lines, and trajectory. We have different camera views too. You can see this view or an over the top little trailer hitch view. My personal favorite view would be right here. Throw it right back into drive, and it keeps us in our backup camera for a little bit. That's pretty cool. We can put it right back into park, and it immediately returns us right back to our home screen. Heated ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger, heated steering wheel. You can turn off your parking sensors if you like to for one reason or another. Check out your camera at all times. You can just press this button, close, and we're looking at our backup camera. Press it one more time and it returns us to the home screen. Electronic parking brake with auto hold, 2 cup holders if you want to hide them away. All you got to do is just push them out of your way, and it exposes a ton of storage for this area. And if you want your cup holders, all you gotta do is push, push, and you got 2 cup holders. Very soft armrest. I wish they kind of put more padding underneath it, but the Syntex material is soft. Laughable amount of space though for the center console. I wouldn't expect you to fit more than 2, possibly 3 16 to 20 ounce cans. I wish it was a little bit more spacious. The glove box, I wish it was a little bit wider. You can fit a license plate bracket in there, but barely. I had to squeeze that thing in there. You'll fit probably between 20 to 23 license plates, but it's a very tight fit. I wish they gave it a little bit extra width. I like the trim though for this interior. The air vents all have that aluminum stick running between them. Frameless, almost frameless. There's a tiny little frame around this rear view mirror, 3 garage home link settings on it, auto dimming, interior light is LED, power sunroof. Of course, that comes with the Wave. The wind does not get a power sunroof. See if it goes out any further. It does. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida. Super sunny and 82 degrees. Basically 0 wind. Very peaceful feeling weather. But other than that, that's about it for the front seat. We'll leave the shade open so when you hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. Hope you got a good sense. It's an impressive vehicle. I didn't mention the heads-up display. We do get one with traffic sign recognition. It doesn't seem to be quite as cool as the EV6 heads-up display, but we'll see once we take it out for a drive if anything changes up. That's about it though for the front seat. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So out rear, out back, up top, hard plastic, which is surprising. Hard plastic for the middle portion too. For this price point, it would be nice to get a higher quality door panel. Beneath that though, still gushy soft for the armrest. We have a power window, of course, aluminum door handle with some more aluminum trim behind it. Storage is pretty small. I would expect you to angle a foot long, angle a 16-ounce water bottle, but it is on an angle, so if you have liquids there, make sure the lid is tightly closed. Harman Kardon speaker, small aluminum trim for that little door plate. The rear seats are still that recycled Syntex material, literally 0 bolstering. This is one of the least bolstered back seats that I've seen, but still pretty soft material, perforated in the center. Legroom wise, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. It looks very spacious for the legroom. I got at least 6, possibly 7 inches of it. We have USB-C ports behind both of the seats, rear vents, 2 appreciated map pockets behind both of the front seats. The interior light is LED, ton of light brought in the cabin thanks to that sunroof. Hook on the door handle, the recycled material for the headliner. Headroom, I have at least 2-3 inches of headroom, so if you're under 6'5", I don't think you'll have any issues sitting behind your own seat settings. We get a string for the armrest. You don't have to jab your hand into it. Pretty soft for the Syntex. 2 cup holders pass through. You'll fit 16-ounce water bottles in here with no problem. That's about it for the back seat though. Very spacious. I actually wasn't expecting it to be this spacious. So if you need to put full-size adults behind your EV or behind your compact EV, this is a very spacious one to say the least. Underneath the Kia badge, you can press the button and it shoots open your automatic opening tailgate, and the cargo space is impressive. Similar to the Kia Soul, the way that it cuts in, we get double of the overall space compared to a Kia Soul. And you fold those rear seats down 60-40 split, I'd expect you to be able to fit up to a 65-inch TV back here, possibly even a 70. Very like wide opening. The step-in is a little bit high, but it caves in very deep, so you don't have to really worry about your grocery bags flying around like other SUVs. We don't get any secret storage really underneath here. We actually do get some secret storage. You have a little fix-a-flat kit and probably an additional cubic foot, possibly 2 cubic feet of secret space. That's about it though. To shut this thing up, you press the button, we'll take a step back. It gives you a second, so you don't have to worry about getting duped in the head by your lift gate, tailgate, whatever you'd like to call it. But that's about it for the inside and outside of the 2023 Kia Niro EV Wave. And it's a pretty nice vehicle. I'm really liking the updated styling. This white metallic paint is absolutely beautiful. A lot of Kia Soul in that front end. Let me know again in the comment section what you guys think. But now, let's take it out for a drive.
All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2023 second generation Kia Niro EV. Let's take it out for a drive. And first thing I notice, the steering feels pretty on center, even in normal mode. We'll throw it in sport, see what the differences are. I also like the way that it rolls. We don't have the regen braking at its max setting, but it does allow the vehicle to roll. The throttle is not overly sensitive. Yeah, as you lean into it though, you can really feel that torque. And speaking of torque, it's supposed to be only 188 pound-feet of torque, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I promise you, it feels a little bit stronger than that. Normal mode, about half throttle. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it definitely moves a little bit. Traction control light kicked in. One more time. Woo! Okay. Yeah, this thing feels torquier than 188 pound-feet, especially considering the plug-in hybrid and the old regular hybrids had 195 pound-feet. So maybe they're off a little bit with the electric calculations, but I promise you, it feels strong. I mean, Car and Driver got this thing to 60 in 6.7 seconds. That's a quick time. But all right, guys, taking a step out here, we'll try it out on this highway. Yeah, the throttle's not very sensitive. This is about third throttle, but about half throttle. There we go. Full throttle. Yeah, okay. It definitely picks up, but in normal mode, it's not too sensitive of throttle. It's just front wheel drive. Steering feels great, just in normal mode. Stays flat. The heads-up display has great resolution. It warns me when I'm about to almost leave my lane. So quiet on the highway. You don't really hear any wind noise thanks to the dual pane windows. Not quite sure what the rain sensing wipers are sensing, but yeah, those are also rain sensing. We'll throw it in a little bit quicker than we should. Test out this SUV's body roll. We do have a high rollover risk on this thing, but I don't think we need to really worry about that. Throwing it in way faster than we should. Barely any body roll, and we have a cop over there, so we're not going to go too crazy. But as you see, the handling there is impressive. All right, guys, taking a step out onto this rough road, we can test out an acceleration off the line. We'll throw it in a sport. Probably have to turn the traction control off because it'll probably limit us quite a bit. But okay, limited, it's still gonna be on. But anyway, off the line, about half throttle. Lean into it. Woo. Wow, this thing can rip. We'll try one where we just mash on the throttle because I didn't feel any wheel spin there. And just cruising along. Super quiet. You hear a tiny bit of road noise. These Kumho Solus tires aren't the best all-season tire to eliminate road noise. If we had some Bridgestone, Alenzas, Terenzas, Michelin, Primacies, those are the quieter tires in the segment, and it would make a big difference. I feel like for this price point, we should have some nicer sets of tires. We'll test out the body roll and handling one more time, or turning radius, sorry. Yeah, the steering feels so good in sport. The turning radius, look at that. Look how sharp that is. Really impressive. And about third throttle. Oh my gosh, yeah. This thing can rip. I felt a little bit of wheel spin on that one when the wheel was turned. We'll try another acceleration off the line. We'll just mash on the throttle and see what happens. All right, guys, we completely disable the traction and stability control and just mash it on the throttle. Wow. Wow, it actually put the power down. I was really not expecting it to do that.
So I'm not sure if it tells you the truth when it says that the traction and stability was disabled. I feel like it should have definitely spun the tires there. It felt torquey enough to, but it also feels like this EV kind of builds power. It doesn't make much sense considering most EVs build all their torque and power immediately, but this feels like it has some up top too. On the gas, yeah, there we go. There's a little bit of wheel spin there, but off the line, I'm telling you, there was just absolutely nothing. We do have 55 series sidewall tires, which certainly help. We'll step out into this multiple lane highway, try one more acceleration. Well, we'll try a couple more accelerations, but as soon as we get the chance, on to this road. Light throttle, full throttle. Whoop, a little torque steer. Yeah, this thing can get up and go. We'll try out a real world turning radius. All right, guys, real world turning radius, super sharp. On the gas. Whoop. Yeah, it gets up to speed nice and quickly. We can try out this active steering though. See how it keeps us in our lane. Eventually it'll tell us to put our hands back on the wheel, but it'll keep us in the lane pretty nicely in the meantime. Thankfully that truck decided to stay right where he was. Nice and relaxing. I can read a newspaper right now. Just cruise along in my Niro EV. We got a turn coming up, so I'm going to throw my hands. Okay, look at that, look at that. Wow. Look at that. Ooh, it even makes the corrections for me. Sweet. Kia and Hyundai, they do some of the best jobs when it comes to these advanced safety features. Wow. We'll throw it in a little quicker than we should, wrap things up, but overall this is a nice new EV. They upgraded the styling so well through the turn. Whoop, whoop. Nice. All right, we're gonna have to push it a whole lot farther than that. It handles really well. The ride quality is really good. I'm not sure why they put this rollover risk warning on here. This is one of the best handling vehicles that Kia sells. I think you have a better chance rolling over a Kia Rio hatchback than this thing. This feels very planted to the road. If you're looking for a new EV, you don't want to spend over $45,000-$50,000, but you want all the luxury, tech features, and good performance, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. Obviously, you're not going to be accelerating nearly as quick as like a Tesla Model Y, but compared to like a base Ford Mach-E, I'm telling you, this thing isn't really a whole lot slower. I don't know what this guy's doing in the middle of the road. You could at least stand on the grass. The steering feels on center. The weight is good. The sport mode makes a big difference. And personally, I think this is one of the better looking EVs on the road today. Yes, it kind of looks a little bit like the Kia Soul, but compared to like a Tesla Model Y, I without question prefer the styling here. So again, you're looking for a sub $50,000 loaded EV, loaded with features, plenty of space, with good performance. I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 updated second generation Kia Niro EV. And big thanks to David at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for David. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.